Let's do it.
Just gotta make sure everything's working. Try saying something?
Something.
Okay, you're working. Hello, everybody! Welcome back to another stream.
Hi, everyone. And we are live on my end as well. Ladies and gentlemen, this in between or neither, welcome back to the channel. I am your host. I apologize for any delays. This week's been a kick to the teeth. But we are back in Pokemon Legends Arceus to try to finish out our Shiny Alpha Map quest. I am joined today by my good buddy Coffee. Last time, we actually did get the Alpha Rose raid and did get a start on here, so now
Just
we
gonna
are
slight,
where it all ends.
slightly resize my screen.
So, the main goal, for those who are unaware or have missed the several other times that I've actually explained this, my goal has been to try and get a shiny alpha Pokemon on each map in Pokemon Legends Arceus.
Okay, there we go. I resized it properly. There we go.
Nice. And I cannot leave the map in question until I get a shiny alpha Pokemon.
Oh, hey, looks like Darkus
Uh,
dropped his friend code too.
Pain of Immenser.
What was I doing
Welcome to
last time?
stream.
Let's see. Uh, I'm doing Glameow
Alright,
and
so that.
what was in my team?
Uh,
Glameow and Garchomp.
anyway. Which going to check that Alpha Garchomp is just gonna be a nightmare and a half for you.
Yeah.
And so now we are going to grab satchels because I would like to feel helpful as well. So we are going to head back to the band from leaving the opposite of banished. Uh, I have no idea what happened to your keyboard, dude.
Okay, well, since I still
Oh.
need to catch some, for Glameow, I'm gonna go to the coastlands first. Because that's gonna be easier to do than Garchomp right now.
Fair point.
Where's Garchomp
And
again?
Garchomp is in the Icelands, like the bottom right corner.
Right.
Uh,
Now I
but yeah,
know.
today is just kind of a vibe session. If you guys have a shiny hunt alongside, I wish you luck. And we are flying over Snorlax, who is not shiny.
And I need to buy some more
Um,
balls, because I'm out of the ones that you can use on Pokemon that run away.
isn't that most Pokeballs?
The ones that are straight shots, so the wing balls.
Uh, yeah, those aren't really straight shots actually.
Straight enough. It's straighter than my sexuality.
Um, Somebody was going to make that joke. I didn't think it was going to be you, but okay. Uh, and I am gonna grab some tumblestones along the way, if I can. Ooh,
No, not that
I
one. This
can
one.
do. Ow. The Gyarados check early if I want to, which I'm going to. Um,
Okay.
but yeah, it's one of those cases of you guys are welcome to just vibe along with us if you would like, whether it be a shiny hunt or something else. Today is just
It's a vibe.
I don't want to say it's a recovery day, but today is just a vibe day. Today is just a vibe day.
We chill, we vibe.
We're gonna grab, or at least try to grab the satchel over here. And I did not get a hit on the Gyarados. mining. Wait, he's on the moon? I thought the moon was haunted, damn it! Yeah. And Alakazam? Nope. Okay. So the satchel's gonna be over here. And then we can check
God damn it,
on...
I hate slopes.
I'm sorry, friend. I mean, it's not haunted anymore. Well, yeah, when you go in there with, like... Well, I, I know that you're typically a tank. I don't know if you're a tank in this version or if you're doing the Viper or not. Let's go. Leave me alone.
Also, I find it rather funny to watch Garchomp smack a tree.
Well, yeah, because it just takes within and smack.
Like, full on decks the tree.
Uh-huh.
Is that all the Glameow that are here? There's only 3?
Um, Keep in mind that Glameow are also kind of skittish. So if they spotted you, then they're kind of gone. Like,
Yeah.
and yeah, I am taking the extra time to mine up some sky tumblestones because I kind of need them.
Hi, Drake.
Friend,
We do be
welcome to
vibing.
stream. And just minding his own business. Dear God, Noah, I'm going to need a tomato emote so that we can throw it at you.
I mean, there is a bot you can get that you can throw items at the streamer.
He's not. There isn't one for chat. Ooh. Can I ask who you're getting the art from?
Hey, we got all the light specimens for Glameow.
Nice.
Oh, I've been redeemed for a hydrate.
Already?
Yep. Thank you for the hydrate.
Thank you, friend.
You should hydrate too if you haven't already.
Um, I, I did before this. I had to eat.
No, I mean not you, Drake, or whoever's in my chat.
Oh. Oh.
I need to catch 2 more without being
Weasel.
spotted.
And out. Time to get out of here. Okay, so that's gonna wrap up this particular check. Because usually my first checks are seeing what's shiny and or getting satchels, depending. Well, I'm looking around right now. Um, I would check with Kitty. I could check for you if you wanted, cause yeah.
Well, for what?
Noah's looking for commissions,
Ah.
and I don't know if Kitty's currently available or not.
Yes, I believe she is. She's
She
recently
is?
she's put out a what's it called? Commission sheet.
All right, so
They refused to buffer, so I'd be stuck. Refresh your page, Darkus.
yeah, it's a case of Noah. If you want to, Kitty is currently available. So
Oh.
if you want to touch base with her, by all means. All right, let's see if we can get a horse or a giant bug.
Is there any more Glameow in this map other than there? Crossing
Um,
Slope, Veilstone Cave.
yeah. I think
Veilstone Cave. Over there.
there can be a chance for Glamia also in the Icelands as well. I think,
Yeah, there is.
or at least I know that Perugly can.
I know there's a... It's not an Alpha Perugly, I don't think. But I know that there
In the
are...
coastlands, yes,
In...
that is a static alpha Perugly. Oh no 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 no! That almost went really really bad.
Where's my marker? There's my marker.
There. You know, I could start checking over here as well. Because I know there's some alphas like Blissey and Growlflare that I haven't really checked.
Hello, Darkest. Welcome to my chat.
Hello, friend. To be honest, he is welcome to pop in if you would like.
Yeah, I don't mind if he pops in. It says they're up here, but I think I need to go further up. Yeah, there it is.
Blissey? No, that's a normal Blissey. Okay. And I will admit that this is kind of nice because it does allow me to get extra tumblestones.
I caught it without being spotted! Woohoo! No
Nice.
clue how far behind I am on the stream. The only thing in the chat on the video is Drake saying we vibe. Oh dear.
Um.
That's far behind.
Yeah, I was going to say that's a little bit further back than I think anybody would have liked.
Yeah.
But man, I know Scyther is back here. We're soaring, we're flying, we're vibing. Just yeah. And I realized that the giant loop that I'm currently doing ignores the the center island, which I really don't mind. Because most of the alphas that I currently want are just on that quote unquote outer ring. Also, as far as session 0 goes, you and I will have a tied session 0, while Darkest may have a tied session 0. Um, it's not that I don't like the center island. It's that the alphas that are currently on the center island are not ones that I want to go after.
Yeah.
Uh, so it's like, when you've got like the giant Infernape that is right there versus a Cricketune, yeah, I'm going to take the Infernape, thank you. And yeah, when it comes to the session 0, are you okay for Saturday on that?
Wait, say again? Eh?
I was I was talking to Noah because Noah's currently in my chat.
Oh.
So if I if I can at least lock in like Saturday or Sunday on that one. Whoa. Hi. Uh, Arceus, why are you doing this to me? Because I was just vibing and Arceus did the half space time distortion. Um, sir, this is what we call a space-time distortion.
Hi, Game 4.
Um,
Been bonked.
ah, sir, the only person who can use that hammer is me. Why are you using it?
My head be squeezed again.
Why? Oh. But, Noah, one of the features of this game is the space-time distortions. And I need to avoid getting smacked. Um, basically, if you're traveling around in an area, one of these things can just pop up randomly, and Pokemon can show up. Again, randomly. And basically, it's kind of a good spot to get rare Pokemon or rare items.
You know, I still question Per Ugly.
You're not the only one.
It's more because, like, they called the first one
He's a little
Glameow, so it's meant to be glamorous and you know, poised. But then,
glamorous and demure.
and then when it evolves, it's like you call it Per Ugly. So I'm like, how does this cat look ugly? It's cool. It's kind of it's pudgy, yes, but not ugly.
Um, I'm not sure if it would also relate to the Japanese translation of the name at all.
I don't know.
Leafeon, hi. Um, so basically, the quirk of the space-time distortion is, as Pokemon are being pulled in, they also get kind of mad.
Yeah,
And
they all pissed.
yeah, if they're mad, they will actively come after you, which is not good. So the best strategy is to kind of just keep running for your life until there's something that you want.
Yes, hello Gamecore. I am on Legends Arceus again today because I am vibing with my friend Sam. AKA the Ampharos, who is next to my Mudkip.
Who is literally just fighting in the corner.
Okay, I've done the number of times to give this food. And since I need to catch heavy specimens anyway, I'm gonna wing ball this.
That's a whole ass Ursaring. Hello. Ow.
Got it.
Grab that sunstone. Gengar.
Yeah, they appear.
Well, since when could Gengar show up?
All late stages can show up. It's just a lower chance for them doing that.
Well, so far we haven't heard the shiny sound, so that's a whole ass bear.
Also, I'm using my last snooze.
Already? Like,
Yeah.
dude, we literally just started.
I've already used 3, man.
How?
I mean, it has been
I
like
have
20
several
minutes.
questions.
It has been like 20 minutes.
It has?
Yes.
Dear God.
Because we started a little after past, so it was around like 3 minutes after past.
Ah.
Gonna sneak over here. You take food.
And we are, man, not getting any shiny or any alphas.
Damn it,
Let
I didn't
alone
get a
any
back shot.
shiny alphas. Fair. Hi.
Game Core says 20 minutes and you already snoozed too much.
It's not so much you already snoozed too much. It's the fact that it's already been 20 minutes and you used them.
Yeah.
Ah. Oh.
Then again, if you gave me 20 minutes and somewhere calm enough, I probably would take a snooze.
There's a reason my character is.
You are in a constant state of cozy.
Yeah. Yes, very demure, very mindful. Let's. Did we get anything on the rebound? Because technically the spawns have changed now. So there is a chance for another shiny.
There we go.
And the answer is no. Okay, so we're just gonna head back to camp and deloot. Um, Parago, sir, were you trying to say Pangoro and I just didn't notice?
Pecker,
Um,
pecker.
just like pay attention on the mine here. Oh, nice.
I feel like there's
Oh,
got to be at least
cool.
like one person in the Pokemon world who can't say Pokemon names correctly.
There's probably several, and some do it on purpose.
But just I feel like there's that one guy who just can't say the names right. Um, but the Pokemon know their names anyway. So like if he tried to say Perugly
Oh,
or a different name, he like they know which one he meant.
oh. I just saw drone freaking wondering that or craft dusting. Yes. There are some things that we just don't question, my guy. We don't question those. Um, uh,
Like they know he's trying.
yeah, and it's a well, especially if you've got somebody that has like a speech problem. It's like the Pokemon will understand that yes, my name is going to sound different.
Game courses go Paprikachu.
Um,
I'm sorry.
I mean,
That's giving me
it
a mental
wasn't
image of
supposed
just
to
a
be
shiny
intentional, but
Pikachu.
okay.
That's just giving me the mental image of a shiny Pikachu. Just go Pikachu.
Actually gonna be looking for a shiny Raichu because
Oh
Raichu is
god.
just a little darker. But still, okay. I needed that laugh. Thank you.
Oh god. Please keep those jokes coming. We need them. Oh god.
Or well, Chikapoo is also pretty good. Pika Blue, which is just Meryl, is also pretty good. Draw weird, almost backwards. Pikachu got calling him Chikapoo. Well, considering that this is Game Freak we're talking about, they would probably do that at some point. Like that, they would do that and then proceed to sell it because yes, because money.
Oh, we got an ad in a few minutes.
So I'm just saying, have I warned you out already, sir?
No. I got an okay sleep last night, but I woke up earlier than I wanted to.
Ah, I'm sorry, friend.
So I'm yawning, but I'm not tired.
That's a no on Graveler, which is actually really good. Hello, hon. Oh, dreamy eyes. Uh, I. We cannot attest to this. Oh.
How's this Glameow avoided outrage 3 times?
I'm actually really surprised because the Gardevoir is alpha. To answer the question, and Coffee to answer yours, I'm actually really surprised about that because I think outrage is supposed to be 100% accurate. So the fact that it managed to avoid it like 3 times is just Huh?
He?
Excuse?
He?
That's a no on the Alpha Golbat, which only shows up at night, so... why are we... Do I want to know why the concept of the Tumblr Sexy Man is now just sitting in my chat? Like, why? uh... Just... I have several questions. I don't think I want them answered. Especially on a day like today. Go back, him friendship. Well, yes, but we're kind of waiting on him to be green. So
Again,
hold on.
how are you avoiding these attacks, man? Eh.
It's a glam yell. I know they're supposed to be a little bit agile, but jeez. It's also a glam yell.
This is a Garchomp level 53 against a Glemmeow level 23. He.
Legends Arceus be like that, apparently. Oh no. Han, what did you do? What did you do?
I'm not using Dragon Claw, or at least I know that one. How does that one get avoided?
I don't know. Han, you can be trusted to pay bills. Outside of that, I kind of get concerned.
Ow.
Like should I be concerned? Oh. Oh, okay. Never mind. I know exactly I know what you're talking about because you sent it to me and just did I want this, and it's just like, okay. I don't know why, but okay.
Sam, I just thought of something. What would happen if someone tried to say
What?
Spheal, but they couldn't pronounce the first sound?
Seal.
That'd be so
It wouldn't
confusing
be
if it also had a
seal. It
seal.
would be seal. It would be very confusing if they also had a seal. Yes.
Like, seal, huh?
And
No,
both of
seal
them
points at
just
the
look-
Spheal.
and of course, both of them just look at him like, what?
Game Core says, Paprikachu, use Blunderbolt on the ads.
What? Of course, the absurdity has entered our chats, and
I love the absurdity.
I for one appreciate this.
I love the absurdity that comes with our chats.
Like I said, I appreciate this. The plushie Claymore isn't a playable friend. Yes, and yes, you did just hear Coffee say blunderballs, but I think it was supposed to be blunderbolt.
Yeah, I said Blunderbolt.
Uh, Noah didn't hear that.
Oh. Well, tell Noah to get his mind out of the gutter.
I think it's a little late for that. I think it's a little late for that. Let's do another flyby. See what we get. You know, I would have laughed at that if that Alpha Shinx was actually shiny. Just for the nature of I have an Alpha Luxray in my party, and then all of a sudden, Alpha Shinx. Just hi.
Says, hey,
Hello,
how you doing?
Mother. Well, actually, no. It would be a hello, Mother. I have returned. I am King of the Fieldlands.
Also, why do I feel like if you were in the Pokemon world, Sam, that you'd have a Spheal, but like, if the Spheal evolved, You just like come home one day, like you go out, you're like, hey, I'll be back from the store. Comes back home with a Celio. Like, I can't fit him in the door.
Just comes back home and there's just a Celia stuck in the doorway, like, help. That would definitely be a call to Dad. Just doing the,
Help.
my Pokemon evolved, and I can't fit him through the door now.
Just,
Please help.
help.
Yeah, that would either be a call to Dad or a call to the landlord or somebody. Just doing the,
Get the Pokeball.
yeah, just doing the, buddy, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to put you in the Pokeball for a bit.
Just puts it in Pokeball to get it through the door. Opens it up again.
Yes.
Just on the other side of the door.
Yep. And it's just like, how did you get so big?
It becomes.
How did you get so big?
It becomes a wall range. It just can't get in the house anymore. It's too big. The ceilings are too low.
It just looks at the door sadly, like, I want to go home.
Like, I want to go back inside.
I want to go inside, and it's just like, buddy, no.
You have to build it a barn.
Oh, no. Yeah, at that point, I would, well, at that point, I would probably try to get a decent chunk of property, because Pokemon, or at least some of the Pokemon that I would have are quite big to begin with.
Yeah.
So it's like just in order to accommodate not only for the fact when they actually evolve, but just in general. Because, like, do you honestly think an Arcanine is going to fit comfortably in this house? No. No, it's not.
Let's be honest, Arcanine would act like, what they call it, big dog energy, where they think they're still a puppy.
Yeah, Arcanine would think they were a puppy, but it's like, buddy, no, you're not a Growlithe anymore.
It's like, tries to sit on your lap, ends up squishing you instead.
Just, hi! Just a hello! Considering that, yeah, there's a lot of, regions or areas in the U.S. that could be its own region. Looks at Red Devil, yeah. Just looks at the Gyarados like, sir.
How about that?
You were not supposed to be that big, but you were not a Magikarp anymore.
Honestly, though, I would have a Magikarp. I don't mind if it's a Gyarados later on. I would get a Magikarp.
Where's the little pun? Oh, there's the little punny. Okay, it's not shiny. We're fine.
Game Course says, I remember seeing an image online of an Onix going into a Pokemon Center and destroying the Celia as it walks in. Oh god.
Personally, here's hoping that if Pokemon actually existed, and I do mean every single Pokemon, Godspeed to the Poke Center staff. Just in general, Godspeed.
Supposedly, there's only like one Nurse Joy at all Pokemon Centers, so I have a feeling they'd need more than that in a world like ours.
Yeah,
It'll create a lot more jobs for certain.
Yeah, it's okay, so there's at least one Nurse Joy and then one Chansey or Audino assistant, which, dear God, that is not enough. We're gonna need full-on, like, Pokemon hospitals.
Yeah.
Which, again...
It would create a lot more jobs.
Well, that could be a lot of jobs. That could also... well, yeah.
However, at the same time, farming would boom.
Farming would boom, yeah, and now I'm going to allow that because, yeah.
Mainly because, like, Not only because of onyx tunnels, but also because Diglett and Dugtrio, what they call ventilate the soil. They aerate the
Oh yeah,
soil.
yeah. There would just be, well, every like mega farm would have Miltank, Tauros, or at least Tauros to breed with, and then there would just be a bunch of Diglett and Dugtrio to help out with crops.
And if it was more of a horse farm or a donkey farm, they'd probably have Mudbray, the evolution of Mudbray that I can never remember,
They would probably have more
and
Mudsdale than Mudbray, because I'm not
yeah.
sure if Mudbray would actually be able to breed in this world,
I mean,
because they're based off
Mudsdale.
of mules, and mules can't really reproduce.
I know that Mudsdale is strong enough; it would probably be considered to be the same strength, if not more, than a draft horse. It's like the big
Yeah,
ones.
yeah. I mean, yeah. The Mudsdale is literally based off of Clydesdale horses, so
Yeah.
yeah, they're gonna be huge. Also, yes, Noah, you could throw a rat at the freaking bitch lich, and we would have a time. I don't think it would end very well, but we would have a time.
Plus, on top of that, if you were gonna get like sheepdogs, there's a lot of different options for dogs.
Well, there's Boltund, which is basically a wolfhound.
Hell, even
Um,
in one episode of Pokemon, you see a Jolteon herding Magnemite.
which would actually be kind of cool because it's Jolteon hurting Mandamine. Um, would have reacted to the great Pokemon. I don't think that it would have ended very well, considering reasons. Fair warning: the minute that Laura finds out, it's just gonna be a what the fuck? What? You you've actively gone back on your promise again. What?
Also,
So
Game Course says Nurse Joy. I brought my Whale Lord with me. He's sick.
oh god. I don't think you. Well, there are some Pokemon that you would just not bring to the center. The center would come to you, and Wailord is definitely one of them.
They'd have to stay in the sea.
And hopefully they don't float. There's Blissey. Um, basic. Well, what promise is he going back on? I thought he promised that he wouldn't. I know that the vigilante shit is a little. It is an interesting angle, but it's like I thought that he promised that he wasn't going to put himself in situations like that again. So now that he's actively doing it, it's just like, dude, your promise didn't even last 5 minutes. Like the minute Laura finds out, it's like, yeah, no, I shouldn't have believed you from the get go. And I mean, there's a point, there is a reason that she said, at this point, I don't know anymore. Because I mean, they were childhood friends, and it's like, okay, I know you, I trust you, and now it's just a case of what the hell is he doing?
Also, we're almost done on Glamia's entry.
Oh, nice.
We just gotta
Very
use
nice.
we gotta use nasty plot 22 more times, and then that's the entire thing
Which,
done.
sir, why are you fighting his field?
It's good training.
I, you are fighting my boys.
I'm
Why?
sorry, it's the only thing lower enough in level for Glamia to trade against.
So you take the Glameow and go to a different area. Eh?
Even the Psyduck's stronger than
No.
his feels.
Wait, the Psyduck and the Psyduck and the Heartwood are stronger than Spiels?
No, I mean the Spheals here are less strong than the Psyducks that are also here. Also,
Sir,
why do I hear an alpha sound, but I'm not close to an alpha?
you're probably close to an
Oh,
alpha.
it's the Drapion. Okay, never mind.
Yeah. But, sir, you missed the point where I said, just go to a different area.
But twining!
You can still train in the different area. If anything, it might be better if you do that.
But I want to twine with the Wound Boys.
So no one Alakazam. He promised not to push himself to the point of destruction. Yeah, I think it's kind of a good thing that Laura doesn't know that he's necessarily a vigilante yet, because it's like, dude, you're putting yourself in a situation where you might need to push yourself to that point.
Oh, I just thought of something.
What?
If Pokemon were a real thing, they would also have to up PPE in Pokemon centers because of poison types.
Poison types, electric types, arguably protection from stuff like from ice types would be a huge thing too. Because a lot of them you cannot touch.
Because I know there's an episode in the Ultra Sun and Moon series where there's a Garbodor that has clogged fingers, and they have to get like these giant-sized Q-tips to scoop it out.
Oh yeah, because there's just that much buildup, and they cannot touch the buildup because it's that dangerous.
Yeah, and they didn't use like hardly any of them had anything over their faces when they did that, so they had like they were fully inhaling like disgusting fumes. But I have a feeling if that was a real case in the real world, we would have like full-on hazmat suits.
I was going to say there would be like there would be like the best hazmat suits you could get, perhaps even stronger with how many poison types there actually are.
Like industrial grade suits.
Mm-hmm. That's no on the Heracross.
Then again, that would also open up another kettle of fish on the negative side of things.
Yeah, there's...
Because Pokemon hunters are a thing.
Hunters?
Yeah.
Poachers.
Well, Pokemon hunters, Pokemon poachers, same thing. But that'd be Pokemon that, like, people would pay for people to get for them.
Yeah, which could cause problems if you're not careful. That is not a shiny Bluesky. Okay. Is it bad that shiny Bluesky's shiny is just that bad that I constantly just get shinoed from it?
Say that again.
So, Bluesky, it's shiny form.
Yeah.
It is that bad that I keep mistaking the normal form for the shiny form.
Isn't it green?
No. It's like a very pale pink.
Oh. I'm thinking of Chansey, I know.
Yeah, which... Game Freak, I respect your... respect your decisions most of the time.
Not that one.
What the
Not that
hell
one.
happened with the Chansey line?
Can you imagine just walking into a Pokemon Center and seeing a Nurse-Joy with a green Chansey instead?
That would be a little concerning. Just... Well, it would be cool, but you would have to get the explanation that, no, it's fine. That's a shiny. It's fine.
It's a shiny, it's not sick.
Yeah. Because, well, you and I understand shinies. Most of the population does not. In fact, I actually had to explain to my father when I just did I'm shiny hunting, and he's like, "You're doing what?"
What now?
I basically had to explain that out of the Pokemon population, there is a genetic anomaly. I'm trying to find that genetic anomaly and removing it, because that's basically what shiny hunting is.
Yeah.
You're you're trying to find a genetic anomaly and just removing it.
Because I believe what it used to be is that a shiny would be determined if it matched your Pokemon trainer ID in their coding in the original games. I don't know how it works these days.
Yeah, it's there's I forget if it's the ID or the secret ID, but one of the Pokemon IDs has to match yours in order for it to be shiny, and the chances of that are really, really small.
Hmm.
Granted, the odds have gotten better over time, but they're still small. Nope. That would have been so cool if I actually managed to net a shiny and I could just eat a case and point. Um, can't or won't do. He doesn't blame them, but rather bureaucracy that just gets in the way. I I understand it. Laura's going to understand it. That doesn't mean she necessarily has to like it. So, fair warning, there's at least going to be some conversation about it. And that's going to more be when she figures stuff out, which she hasn't yet. So, we're safe for now.
Okay, let's go home. Because I want to use a Seed of Mastery so that I can use Strong and Agile Outrage.
Fair. Well, wait. You don't even have to go home. If a seed's in your storage, just go back to camp.
I can do that at camp?
Using a seed of mastery in camp, yeah.
I've never known this until now.
Uh, you know what? I'm not even going to question it. Just I'm
Listen,
okay.
nobody told me, and the game doesn't tell you either.
Yeah, you're not exactly wrong in that statement. Oh, well, that's a neat little trick.
How do you use it then? Like at camp?
You take a seed of mastery out of your storage,
Yes.
use it on the Pokemon you want to use it.
Well, it only gives me two options: favorite and discard.
Oh, then yeah, you're probably gonna have to go back to the village. Then I'm sorry,
It's all good.
my guy. I don't make the rules with the frickin' RPG quests. I I understand. I'm.
See you soon. I'm coming to visit you.
Mm-hmm. It's a no one Graveler. Which I think the only shiny that I really do not want from this map is Graveler.
Shiny turd.
I don't need another Turd Rock. I don't need a Turd Rock. I'm sorry, I don't.
Hello, Bean.
It's a bean! Hi!
How you doing today?
Welcome welcome to the weekly vibe session. Um
We have mastered
but no,
outrage.
when it comes to the game just sending you all over the freaking map, what I do is I try to find a kind of a pattern or a through line with certain areas, and then just start with those areas and work my way. I'm not sure if you could do that. Or not.
I need to go sell some stuff so I can make a mint harvest.
I was going to say you don't have 100 grand.
It's 10 grand. I don't have 10 grand.
Oh, so
Also for Bean, Zisu is the lady who runs the dojo up there.
yeah,
And
she's
supposedly they are the ancestor of, I think is it Blaze?
Buck.
I thought it was the fire type Elite Four. That guy.
Oh, I think she's more Buck and Flint, but I'm not entirely sure. But
Well, it's one of them.
Zizu is, yeah, Zizu is also kind of optional too.
Yeah.
Like, I think she only gives you like one. Was that just the flame on Infernape's head? Yes, that was. Okay. But it is now nighttime, so we could get a giant.
Bean says wood.
I don't exactly blame you. I'm kind of also in that camp because yes.
Ayo.
Dude, I have a type.
No, I'm all for you having a time, man. Kid also says Ayo. Listen, I'm not judging if you like big, strong women.
There's a reason I did the look, my guy. You were going to have to recruit Carlac.
Listen, I'll even go back there right now so you can see Zisu again.
No, we don't need to go that far.
Yeah, here you go. Look, big, strong women.
Like I said, we don't need to go that far. That's a no on. Your mind leveled. Also, this is a really good way to level up your crafters and gatherers.
Bean also says, but I also like femme girls who can dominate your ass. I mean, yeah.
I'm gonna say this now. I kind of don't get the whole femdom thing because maybe it's just because I'm a bit softer in that respect. But it's like I don't want to be afraid of my partner in a sense.
You want the soft love and not the oh, hey me there, mommy.
Yeah, no. Cassidy, I like girls' side. Yeah. I mean,
everyone's got different preferences.
And it's one of those things of if people would like to pull a joke at, by all means, pull a joke at.
Hell, you know, my bread's buttered the other side, so can't say no to a dad bod.
Oh, there's a couple of fictional characters for you that I think you would just go, wait, okay,
Listen,
hi.
if a guy has some squimsh, I like that guy. He's good squimsh.
Actually, yeah, if you ever pick up the game, called, I believe it's Boyfriend Dungeon, from Kid Fox Games, Jonah. Jonah for you would just be like hi.
Hey, how you doing?
Like, yeah, and that's perfectly okay because Jonah's also an absolute sweetheart.
Also, we got an ad incoming.
Curse the ads. And I'm out of a rapid effect because it is currently raining.
Why you squimsh me, sir? That's not how squimsh works.
Huh?
Game Corporate in the chat, get squimshed, nerd.
Well, to be fair, I also don't fully know what that means.
Okay, so You know when, like, a person is... They're not quite fat, but they're not quite toned either. They've got, like, a little bit of squish.
I'd say like me, but I think I'm a little bit past that point. But yeah,
Like, a little fluff, you know?
yeah, fluff.
When you squimsh, it basically means you enjoy snuggling or hugging or enjoying that fluffiness. You like to squimsh.
Okay. Well, I appreciate the fact that it's not a one one gender thing.
So yeah, it can be either men or women, but if
Yeah.
you squimsh someone, it basically means you are hugging or snuggling or doing something related to your attraction to the way that they are slightly fluffy and you like to squish.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hence the difference between squish and squimsh. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Well, thank you for actually taking the time to explain it, because it's like, wait, I haven't heard that term. Like, huh?
Neat. Like even if the body weight of a partner or someone that you could be attracted to, or even a fictional character you could be attracted to,
Yeah.
the whole point of squinch is that they have that excess for you to squish.
Mm-hmm. Just a peaceful flight through the fieldlands.
Okay, almost done on Glameow.
Nice.
I need to do...
So yeah, well, what are you going to do with the Alpha Garchomp? Because I know, like there is a chance that you managed to get that shiny.
I mean, I'll start working on it.
And I say this now, without the audio cue, it's going to be a pain in the ass.
Wait, without the what here?
Without the audio cue.
Mm.
I also think I heard one of my favorite phrases: "The eight winds cannot move you, but one part sends you across the lake." Yeah. Yeah. I
Don't even talk to me about ascending. I had that in Sea of Thieves 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I was going to say, my guy, if you do not use that in any sort of game, I will be sorely disappointed. Because that seems like a freaking vicious mockery just waiting to happen. That's a no on Alakazam.
Which, by the way, we were trying Sea of Thieves again tomorrow, so we're gonna see if we can break the game again.
Of course.
Hello, Rapidash. How are you today?
Are we gonna get ourselves a red devil? Or are they just gonna be blue?
Difference between regular Garchomp and Alpha Rapidash, they're very big.
Looks like the answer is no. Also, I'm wondering if Alpha Gyarados... I thought Alpha Gyarados was a static, but I can be wrong. Also, for some reason, they gave Hildy a glove. It's Hildy! He deserves it!
You know one thing I'm
He's
questioning?
Hildy!
You know one thing I'm questioning they didn't put in this game? Fishing.
Yeah, they haven't...
Like,
The last...
even in olden times, fishing was like a stick and a piece of line.
Yeah.
So like they could still do fishing.
what's funny is that the last game to actually introduce fishing was Gen 8. So I'm surprised fishing didn't come back for Generation 9 either.
I wonder if they'll put it in ZA. They probably won't, but I
I
wonder.
kind of hope they do, because that means chain fishing has a chance to come back. And chain fishing was a great shiny hunting method. I say this as somebody who actively did a whole bunch of chain fishing in Gen 6.
Meanwhile, me gets fish. Ah, yes, this good fish. Mine now.
I mean, yeah. Well, with chain fishing at least, it's so easy because you can just run away from the Pokemon you don't want to catch.
Yeah.
And your chain will not break because of that. In fact, the only thing that would make your chain break is that if you don't catch anything.
Yeah.
Which there are certain Pokemon abilities that you can use to guarantee a catch every time. So it's not the worst it's not the worst method.
That's a big wormhole.
Did you manage to find an alpha?
No, just a big wormhole.
Oh.
He's a big boy.
Hi, Blissey.
Pokemon were a real thing, I'd still get a wormhole.
Of course you would.
They're adorable!
Well, that and they would also be like super small.
I would carry one around with me.
And I don't think I'd be able to pull that off.
I mean, even though they're a bug type, I honestly wouldn't mind that. Because they only really hurt someone if they're a threat to them or if they're disrespectful to them.
Well, it's still one of those things that I don't think I would actually have a bug type if Pokemon were real, because big bugs actually scare me like quite a bit. So,
Like,
that's
I would gladly have, in terms of bugs at least, I would have, I'd say, Wurmple and whatever it evolves into. As well as Joltik.
oh, Joltik would be tiny as hell. And then the minute it actually evolves,
He big.
a giant spider.
Which I still
Just
kind of don't count it as a
I
spider. Because it's only got 6 legs when it evolves.
Okay, so it's not officially a spider, but still.
I'll be more concerned about arachnids in terms of spiders.
Oh, Arachnid, Ariados would also be a bad one.
Ariados I don't mind. I like the Spinnerack line. Okay.
I like it, but I don't think I would want it to exist if Pokemon were actually real.
Would you be like Misty? Super scared of bug types?
I think I would actually be worse.
Oh no.
Like, if they're big enough, yeah, no.
To be honest though, considering Joltik's so tiny, I'd probably just make it like a little pouch. And then just like tie that pouch to my jeans or my trousers.
Make sure to give it like some sort of battery to munch on.
Yeah. Because they feed on voltage.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just get it a power bank.
Make sure to actually like give it a power bank and just not.
He's like, hey, it's lunchtime. Takes out power bank.
And it just starts hopping.
Like feeding all the other bug types. Pokemon food, Pokemon food, Pokemon food, power bank.
Yeah. So here's my question: what would you feed like most steel types, especially Pokemon like Clink?
Probably food high in ores or minerals.
Maybe. Oh boy, Cosmic Exploration has gambling. Have you? I'm surprised that the Golden Saucer does not have a branch that is currently sitting on the moon. Because you cannot tell me that the owner wouldn't do that.
Hang on. Play rough, double edge.
One of those actually does recoil.
It has play rough, but doesn't have double edge yet.
Check to see if it can learn it by level up. If not, you might need to talk to Zizu again.
I think it is a level up.
Still, check to see it.
Alright, let's go. Grab this
It's a
this
no.
satchel real quick and then go back home.
No on Rapidash. Ah. And no on Heracross. So let's fly over the other ones. You know, I'm surprised that I haven't flown far enough to trigger the flying Gyarados. But yes, there's a flying Gyarados.
You have to get quite close to it.
Still.
Lamiao is now perfected.
Nice. Very nice.
Return to village, please. We're gonna go check out the Garchomp.
I hope he has an orange chest and you don't realize it.
Oh, you said it was at the... Is it top or bottom right, you said?
Bottom right. It's close to where the Alpha Lucario is.
I know what that is. That's bottom left.
Look,
that's over here.
apologies, but it's like it's just over that hill.
So I know where Lucario is.
Yeah.
I think I remember where the Gibbles were before, so I'm gonna fly up there. Because I think it's past all the Licky Tongues, right?
Yeah.
Then yeah, I know where it is.
It's one of those cases of I would show you if I wasn't locked to this map.
Yep, there it is.
There we go. And I'm only picking up the satchel because it would annoy me otherwise.
Also, I
Like
see
I noticed it and I'm like, I'm going to ignore it. I'm going to ignore it. I'm going to ignore it. It is directly in my pathway, damn it. It is directly
Perugly when it hits
in my
something.
path.
Perugly when it hits something does a belly flop.
Aw.
That's adorable.
Well, like, it's also a giant cat, so flop.
He's flop.
Mm-hmm. Infernape, no.
Come at me, bro.
I'd rather not, considering you would win. I need to do wrestling. Oh. Well, dude, go do that. Just. Guess a Bidar has a ton of crap to do. Go do that.
There we go. Finally got a stun. Ah! Red health.
Why? Why is the Luxio in the tree? Like, he is actively in the tree.
Why not?
What? Well, sir, you were in the tree. Of course you could see me. You were actually in the tree. Uh,
I'm here, sir. I have a mud
now,
ball with your name on it.
Sticky Glove might actually serve you a little bit better.
Oh, it's an alpha anyway. It's gonna take a lot more.
Like I said, a Sticky Glove might help you a little bit better. That was the Alpha Gyarados. So, yeah.
Got it.
And make sure that our satchel gets returned. Yeah, there's a whole bunch. Oh, the current raid series is basically wrestling themed. Okay, is it Greek wrestling or is it like luchador style or like what style of wrestling are we actually doing here, man?
I'm back. Sorry, I just
Man,
figured I'm having some noodle soup. You got noodle soup and you're not sharing?
dude. And it's also one of those cases of, dude, if you need to go handle shit, go handle shit. Like,
How many times do I
we're
have to
here for
stun
the
this?
vibe.
How many times do I have to stun this?
Yes.
10 times. Okay. Well, I'll do 5 times here. Ow.
Well, I'm not gonna get I don't think I'm gonna get a Rapidash check because it's currently raining. Have ever heard of the idea of using souls as currency? Yes! It's actually a very common thing, and it's also a D&D thing. Also yes. So, in terms of general concept, yes, I've heard of it. Have I heard of it in a Final Fantasy setting? No. And that's a no on Heracross. You know, I'm genuinely surprised that none of the Combi have actually decided to shine. Because knowing my luck, I would get a stinking Combi. They use what's known as feral souls in order to gain the power of monsters. That is actually not an unheard of concept. I believe it's a predominantly Norse thing. Speaking of bees, that's one of them. Oh dear lord, not the bees!
Not the bees!
But anyway, back to what I was trying to say. Because when Vikings were deciding to frickin' pillage everything, there was a unit of folks who would wear certain types of skin. So well, I think wolf and bear were the most common, and coffee, feel free to add or correct if need be. But the belief was that if they wore that skin, they would gain the qualities of that creature, and they would actually use that in battle. So yeah, the concept's not entirely unheard of. It's just more of a Norse thing. Or I shouldn't say Norse, but it's more of a it's more of a scan. Well, I don't want to even say Scandinavian thing either, because it's not fully Scandinavian. It,
I mean,
point
I
is,
knew
the
for like a time we did have wolves here in the UK, but
yeah,
we hunted them so far north that eventually I think they either got hunted to extinction here or they just died out.
I wouldn't be surprised. That's a no on the low potty.
Finally beat that alpha, Jesus.
Apology, friends. Please, my God. Yeah, yeah. Just God, that would just be a terrifying concept. Sword masters are terrifying.
Thank you for the cheer on, Bean.
But still, just the concept of somebody just channeling that, and they got bees.
Not the bees.
Just dear God, thousands of angry bees just stinging you and refusing to stop.
Well, whilst I'm here, I'm also gonna do a quick flyby with the Alpha Lucario.
Just to see if he turns yellow.
Well, that yes, but also because I need to get a few more things for Lucario.
Mm.
Uh, L Lucario. I need to defeat some, catch some, defeat with fire types,
I didn't get anything on the lake this trip, so
and stun with unique items, but I'll do that later.
good luck trying to stun Lucario. Dear God, that
It's a pain in the ass for any alpha because they take anywhere from like 5 to 10 of like mud balls or whatever you're using to stun them with.
yeah, but Lucario in particular because he's so fast.
Yeah, he does run around a lot more than a lot of the others do. Where is
Anyway,
he?
back to the whole. Well, I shouldn't say whole Viking point. Northern Europe. Yeah, because I actually think it was. I think our original um quote unquote tellings come from Germany, or at least Germany before it was actually called Germany. Um, and I think like the top three were bear, wolf, and boar. I think mainly because boars were freaking terrifying.
Especially during breeding season.
It
We still have some
doesn't
here.
have to be. Oh, I'm not surprised.
They the only boar we have here, they all live mainly in the Forest of Dean, which is in Wales.
Yeah.
But they usually just say if you come in contact with one, just stand still because if you run, they will charge.
Oh yeah.
Either that or they say climb a tree.
Well, climbing a tree to get away from a boar actually kind of makes sense because they're not exactly known for vertical movement.
Yeah. Oop, wrong stamp. I need that stamp. Let's see a satchel right over there.
There's our big bat, and he is still blue.
Okay, number we defeated with fire-type moves on Lucario is done.
Nice. Now you just have to do ground moves.
But I need to catch 2 alpha specimens, and then the rest I can do for number caught is I can just level up my other ones. Return
But
to the
considering
Misties.
that Riolu is a technic, yeah, Riolu's
The friendship.
a friendship Evo.
Ooh.
I don't know. The Pharaoh souls we've seen are Cat, Bee, and Bomb. Uh, right. I keep forgetting that Final Fantasy actually has living bombs. Don't ask me how that works. Um,
It's
Living
fantasy, you
Steed,
can do
which is the
anything.
lightning elf. Frog, because frogs, and some abomination of like 3. So it's probably more of a chimera, which don't recommend. And wolf. I'm surprised that they didn't do a tonberry and they didn't do cactuar. And I'm also surprised that they didn't do chocobo. Because like those are like 3 of the big main Final Fantasy creatures.
You know what kind of creature I think that they could make a pretty good Pokemon from?
Mhm.
Like, at least cat-wise? A bobcat.
Technically they already have.
Oh?
Yeah, well, Shinx.
Eh. That's got the long tail, though.
Yeah, Shinx, but that entire line is based off of more bobcats than actual lions. Uh, Thornberries are people. Okay. Oh wait, they're what? I didn't think Thornberries were sick potatoes, but okay.
We're going back in!
Cactuar would be interesting, as would Chocobo, but those are Eorzean, but not impossible. There's probably so many people that have come from Eorzea that it wouldn't necessarily be possible. Oh,
Smoke bomb!
yeah, I didn't think toneberries were just rotten potatoes. Um, Noah will understand that joke a little bit better.
Ah, fuck. I pissed it off.
But there's definitely a Toro Cactuar. Man, I am getting like no outbreaks today, which is a little. Well, I'm relieved that I'm not getting outbreaks because it allows me to go through spawns relatively easier. Turo is the quote unquote new world. Okay. Well, there's got to be like a chocobo equivalent or something. I mean, it's one of those like common livestock slash transport animals. But yeah. Anyway, back to the whole point of I'm not getting outbreaks. I'm happy that I'm not getting outbreaks because it allows me to go through the quote unquote statics relatively easily. But at the same time, it's like I would like something, like, at least one.
Yeah.
No one heard. No one heard us. Let's go say hi to Graveler.
Got him.
Nice. Area has bows, authored has horses, and Toriel has alpacas! Aww! They select,
But,
they do a select for that.
but, I'm gonna get him.
Hang on. I'm on it. And boom. You're...
Hang on.
Yeah, I was going to say I didn't click the report button, guys. I clicked the ban button.
Nah, I reported it. Don't
Yeah.
worry. Yeah, I got it.
Well, he's still banned.
It is still banned, but I reported it.
Oh God, the spit. That would be a hilarious. Oh, hilarious from Feral Soul. Like, dude, it's just an alpaca. Like, what? I wouldn't be surprised if a capybara ended up being a Feral Soul too. It's just like I am going to wreck your shit by being chill. By being the chillest thing in the world. The tank buster. It's a poison tank buster. It basically. No on the Golbat, unfortunately. Would you call him a chill guy?
I'm coming in, Lucario, whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
Oh god, that voice cracked.
You good?
Yeah, it was just... my voice went, ha!
But yes. Yes, I would, Noah. I would. No, not the ads. There's no Lopunny. Let's go check on our giant version of Sun Wukong.
Well, no wonder my Perugli's so squishy.
Underleveled or what?
I didn't use my grid on it last time.
Also, no to the coffee. At least take Lucario. At least take Lucario to dinner first.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm not the one who said it.
Listen, I said I was coming in, not the other thing.
I'm not the one who said it.
Welcome back from ants.
And just to check, just to make sure that that Gyarados is at least seen.
Still debating whether I should. I'm still debating.
Moving around.
I'm still debating whether I should. I'm still debating whether I should evolve my gold Magikarp.
You don't have to, because on the one hand, Gyarados is a pretty solid Pokemon.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like everybody's gotten the red Gyarados at this point, so it's not.
Yeah.
It's not exactly that special. So
you may have red Gyarados, but I have Goldfish.
Yes, you have Goldfish.
Return to village, please. I would like the alphas to respawn.
Really? Just all's quiet. Okay.
Also, how many sticky globs do I actually have? Oh, I got a good chunk of sticky globs. And I got
If we
some
could
of
trade
those.
items, I would give you so much more.
And I got those. And that. Game Core says, goldfish.
The snack that smiles back.
I've never tried those.
They're not bad. It depends on what kind you get.
Because, like, I've heard of them because people have talked about them. But I don't think you can actually get goldfish here.
Yeah, like I said, they're not bad. It depends on what flavor you get. I highly suggest the pizza flavor and the pretzel version. Because I think I'm one of the few people that actually like those.
I feel like Game Core's over here like, what the hell are you talking about with goldfish? We don't have we don't eat goldfish here. Like the actual thing. Rather than the food.
Yeah.
Oh, I just realized there's a mass outbreak here.
You are
I need
you are so well.
I need
Actually,
berries.
no. You're not so lucky because if the massive mass outbreak actually overrides that.
Where's my here? Over there. Get flashbanged. Eh. What do we got?
Hi, Blissy.
Curlia, Dusclops, Snover, Duskull, Abra, Curlia, Pachirisu. Most of these I have already.
Check to see if there's any like either berries or stars.
I'll check Curlia. Let's see Curlia's entry. Small specimens, I still need 5 more. Number defeated, I need 15. So let's go do that one.
Good luck trying to fight Curlia. Curlia runs.
And it looks like they're in the cave. So you know what that means?
Smoke bombs?
Smoke bombs!
Coming up on the Alpha Lone Pony. They are not pink.
Smoke bomb! I can't see a fucking thing!
Of course, because you're also in the cave, so it's going to be a pain in the butt. You know, Alakazam, it would be cool if you had the pink shoulder pads. I'm just saying, it would be cool if you had the pink shoulder pads.
Well, caught them all.
Nice.
Game Core says, lol, that smoke bomb is almost a bit too good at its job.
Yeah.
The smoke bombs for me is when you don't have any snow or grass that you can hide in.
Yeah, the smoke bombs are to be used when you have no other hiding spots.
Or if you just want to avoid fighting an alpha, you know, that's also an option.
Oh, sometimes the alpha finds you. In which case,
There's another Curlia camp up there, so let's go there. Da, da, da. Where is the marker? Over there. Is that also in a cave?
Ooh! Finally an outbreak.
Oh, no, it's not in a cave.
Something to break up the tedium. We have shinks.
Nice.
Now, granted, if we get an alpha shinx, I'm going to laugh.
Curlia, need 3 more small specimens and defeat 15.
Because there's a non-0% chance that actually happens.
Oh, hey, there's a Gardevoir here, too.
So we're just gonna run over here, past the Bidoofs, past our Lord and Savior Bidoof.
The true god.
Hi, Charlies. And we are going to hide. Because Shinx will get angry if they spot me. So we are going to do our best and we are going to hide. Oh, there's one that thing! That is adorable. Ah! Hi! I'm sorry I have to do this, but if you alert your friends, I'm kind of screwed. Just as I say that, guess who decides to make an appearance?
Shiny Shinx?
No. Alpha Shinx.
Oh.
Part of me wishes it was shiny, because that would have been funny. There's a berry, like, underneath one. And he was tiny. He actually is tiny. Hold on. Hold up. Here's the back strike. Ah. I'm sorry, friend.
Okay, there we go.
Rawr. You were so cute. I feel bad just knocking them out because they're actually really, really cute and they're only level 12. But at the same time, it's one of those things of if they know, then.
Oh, Garchomp! Hello! Housekeeping!
Just these, sir. I need to see your chest.
I love how my Bastiodon's looking up at this Alpha Garchomp like, hi?
Hi. Just a hi.
Like, hi, how you doing?
Fast, and then we can do the rest of our alpha checks. Because literally that outbreak wasn't too far out of the way at all.
Got decimated my Bastiodon.
Well, yeah, it's an alpha guard job. My guy, it's a case of what were you expecting exactly?
Listen, I know it's hard, and I know it's strong, but damn. It's taken down to level 100.
there's a reason I said that Arceus is a little bit harder, because even if you do have Pokemon at level 100, like if you get into a certain situation, you're still kind of boned.
Yeah.
Heracross, which is a no. Though I will admit that would be a cool shiny to get a duplicate of, because it's freaking Heracross and Heracross is cool.
There we go.
Nice.
We got the number of alpha specimens done from Garchomp.
Nice.
Now we just need 6 more for number caught, and 8 more for number defeated, and 3 for defeat with fairy type moves. So I need to go get my Sylveon out.
And just proceed to rip the dragon to shreds.
Well, either my Sylveon or my Blissey, depending on which one's higher in level. But yes. I'm gonna wreck
Crazy question. Is somebody like not knocking on something?
Yeah, there's someone's working on their shed right now. That's my neighbor.
Okay. Just making sure, cause yeah, I can hear it.
I can close my window if you want.
No.
Actually, yeah.
Just I didn't.
This on Perugly.
I don't want to take you away from something if somebody's trying to get your attention.
No. It's
You know.
I think it's my next door neighbor's working on his shed right now.
Hmm.
So I want to go up here. That's actually annoying me too.
So it's a case of we might be closing the window anyway.
Yep. So hopefully that doesn't come through as strong now. Okay, so we've done the Garchomp. We need to go this way now.
It's a no on the low potty.
I'm coming in! Housekeeping!
Hi, Garchomp.
Nope, Lucario this time.
Garchomp. Oh. Hi, Lucario. You were still very blue.
Back to Garchomp though, Lucario, the Alpha Lucario is very squishy.
Well, yeah, it's supposed to be a fast attacker. Like, it's not exactly built for defense.
Yeah. At least I'm halfway there for the number of strong style moves I need to use for Garchomp.
Yep.
Because I need to use 100 and I'm at 45 right now.
Yeah, you're almost halfway.
Return to village, please.
Alright, so now we actually need to clean out our pasture a little bit.
I'm also gonna check on my...
Because I don't need all of these shinks. The fact that one leveled up to 16 and the other one leveled up to 27 is actually kind of nice.
Perugly has double edge now.
And we will release them all. And now I will store off any extra items that I do not need, and I actually have quite a bit that I don't necessarily need, which we will store appropriately, and then we will sort out our storage, and then we will speak to Lavington and get ourselves paid.
Yes.
And as far as I know, I don't think outbreaks are a no-go when you're doing the map quest. It's just one of those things of, this is my first map quest. I want to give myself the best chances that I can.
Yeah.
Considering I don't have shiny charm.
Yeah.
And my dex is not perfected, so it's like I'm giving myself the best chances I can. Plus, it's a lot more fun that way.
Let's go to
At least,
Glacier Terrace.
at least from my personal perspective, it's a little bit more fun that way.
Yeah. Glacial Terrace. Where is that? Up there. Oh, well, the satchel there. That's it. That's good for me.
I would have laughed if the Bidoof was shiny. We end with our Lord and Savior Bidoof.
Bidoof? Oh, it says Glacial Terrace is here.
You might need to check underground.
Unless it's further up. No, it's not further up because this is where the map ends.
Yeah, you might need to check underground.
Hello, new person in the chat.
Hi.
Fendroka Twitch. Mudkip Avatar so cultured. Let's go. Yes.
I mean, he's
Uh,
he's a good boy,
my
and
friend,
I've got.
my friend Silver made me this one.
There we go.
It's a slight difference on the colors of my usual persona, but I like
Yeah.
Mudkips. I like Mudkips very much. And Sam here is a shiny Ampharos.
Hello.
And we each have like a scarf around our necks because me, Sam, and Silver all do a Sam's the informant in the chair for our Soul Link Nuzlocke.
Yeah, which we still need to get back to, by the way.
Yes. I'm gonna go check the cave. I think it's in the cave.
But it's a case of I'm the quote unquote I'm the quote unquote Infi in that scenario. So I'm making sure that things don't go off the rails too much. And then once that Soul Link wraps up, I will be stepping into Silver at least for another Soul Link for Black and White.
Yes. They say, hee nice and shiny Ampharos too. You are like a mystery dungeon rescue team duo. Yeah. Our
That was
friends.
kind of the vibe.
Yeah, it was kind of the vibe we were going for. Because our friend Silver drew all three of us. So they are. I think they're a shiny Eevee, aren't they?
Yeah. Or at least I don't know if they're a shiny Eevee or if they're like an Eevee fusion.
I think it's supposed to be like an Eevee Sylveon fusion, so it's got like the colors of Sylveon in their eyes,
Yeah.
but like the shiny look of what Eevee looks like.
Mhm.
So there's the satchel I was looking for. And Glacial
But
Terrace.
as I said before, welcome to streams. Please mind the chat rules and have a good time.
I'm gonna try further up because I don't see any Glameow or Perugly here. But since it's the first time here, I'm currently working on a perfect deck, so completely doing every single task on every single Pokemon. Hopefully before Pokemon ZA comes out. And I don't see any here.
And for those curious, I am doing a shiny off a map quest. And I'm on my last map because I ended up doing mine backwards.
Because I know that there's like a dip where I saw the Purugly last time.
Alakazam.
These are Stantler. It's like usually around here. There it is. Lots of Purugly here. My stream ended a bit earlier than usual, so it's nice to be able to drop by on yours finally. Aw, thanks, man.
Aw, nice.
I still love the belly flop the Purugly does. It's like, hit tree.
Well, it hit the tree.
I know, but it's just the fact that like when they say cats land on their feet, Purugly does not land on their feet. It's just like headbutt tree.
They land on their stomach first.
Literally, it's like when it headbutts a tree. It's like headbutts tree. It becomes pancake upon hitting the ground.
Like I said, it lands on its feet. It just lands on its stomach first.
Oh god. I'm sorry. It makes my day. It's funny.
No. It is actually quite funny.
No, Purugly, come back. There we go. Let me catch you.
Which I forget if Purugly
Wait, what?
will actually.
Huh? Shiny?
What?
Shiny Toad?
What?
Where? Whomst?
Where?
I don't know. I heard it.
The fact that we just did the wait, what?
I heard it. Where is it?
It might be underground.
I don't know.
Like
I
if
heard
you
it.
don't see anything.
I'm gonna crawl around
Like,
so I don't spook it.
Yeah. Well, you might need to use Braviary to fly. Cause yeah, that wasn't me. So congratulations, dude.
Oh, I see it. It's a green Stantler.
Oh, nice.
Another one.
Fun.
That's a second one.
Back. So, is that Stan?
Well, I mean, the first one we got, I think, was a girl.
Well, like I said, is it Stan or is it Ford?
I don't know. It doesn't tell me the gender when I catch it, but I caught it. It's just, everyone's reaction chat is Fendroka says, "Where's the shiny?"
Yeah. Just the wait, what?
Just they also say, "Wow, I've never seen it shiny until this day." Yeah, it's green. It's not like nuclear green, but it's like
it's very vibrant.
It's like kind of like chartreuse green, but a little bit more on the green side than the yellow side.
Like I said, it is very vibrant. But congrats, dude.
Now, if you want a Uranian type of green, that's Espeon.
No thank you.
Come back! God damn it.
We are coming up on 2 hours, by the way, so I don't know if you want to...
Oh my god. I found a
continue
sleeping
after
Purugly.
that or not.
It's sit.
It's sit or it flop.
No, I hit the sit. It's sleeping is just it's sit.
Oh. Cute. But you didn't answer my question.
What?
We're coming up on 2 hours. Do you want to do 2 or do you want to push to 2.5?
I will go another 15 minutes and then end there. Because
Okay.
we have a premiere to do over on Agents of Chaos.
Cool. Just I figure I ask because I know that scheduling and you didn't have to do today. So again, thank you for that.
Bean says Hulk kind of green for Esbia, and friend Roku says Hulk, but they crank the brightness and saturation a bit too high.
Yeah. 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 Uh. Well,
Honestly, though, I was half expecting to see like a shiny Glameow. Not Glameow. Perugly.
which turns pink.
Okay, let's go take a sleep and then come back here because then the spawns will reset. I meant to click morning, not in a little while.
Because I am. That's a no.
Also, for anyone who wants to know, there will also be Sam will also be doing a shiny egg hunt for a was it a Lola Meowth?
Um. Yeah, and I kind of wish you didn't advertise it
Oh, I'm
because
sorry.
reasons. Um. I So it's one of those cases of I will need to set up that particular hunt.
Ah, okay.
Um, Now the question is, do I want to broadcast that hunt? I'm not entirely sure, at least right now.
Ah, that's my bad. I'm sorry.
Mainly, well, no, you didn't know until now. So mainly because it's a case of Trevor is not really doing anything popular right now. So it's one of those things that I might just set it up and do it off stream.
Yeah,
But if Silver or Darkus need me for something and I need to pop into Scarby, going to I'm not going to not do it if that makes sense.
yeah. Speaking of Scarvi, isn't there a Salamence raid starting today?
Uh, for this weekend, yeah. I'm not going to particularly do it because I have the entire Salamence line in that game shiny, and I don't need the 7 star.
Yeah,
If that makes sense. So it's like I already have this mon. I don't need to do it.
yeah,
That being said, if Silver does need help, then
yeah.
um I'll I've got I've got my 9 tails. I'll do it. Which reminds me, I could see if I could get an Alolan Sandshrew, and I could trade that over if Silver actually wants one.
Okay, we finished the Perugly number caught without being spotted. We need
Because at least with
4 more heavy specimens.
because for those who are out of the loop, the roulette I'm doing is form exclusive, so everybody's going to be holding and some sort of Everstone,
Oh, okay. Apparently sitting is not the way that Perugly sleeps. But I found one that's sleeping.
and it just flops.
It's on like all fours, but it's kind of like I'm trying to look at it. Its paws are out in
Yeah,
front of it, but its back paws are like flopped out.
yeah. It's so thick that you can't tell that it's actually you can't tell if it's still sleeping or not.
Bean just says in capital letters, "That's a big ass loaf."
Yeah, yeah.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
That's what Perugly does. It just kind of floats.
Bro, if I had a
And
Perugly like that and it was sleeping like that, I'd be using it as a pillow.
yeah, I kind of wish Glameon and Perugly got more attention because
Oh.
Glameon is a very solid, at least Pokemon design, and Perugly is surprising in terms of stats.
French Roka says a chonker, if you will.
Yes, very much a chonker. Oh. But yeah, I'll have to see what's going on today because my my father is also having people over, so it's a case of being at least a little bit social, but also at the same time, it's like I want to try to set up the hunt and all of that.
Yeah. I'm trying to find where the Statler went. There's one Stantler that I had. That
It's
was
a
the
no one
female.
in Fernape.
The other one's also a female.
How fitting.
So we now have
So
two female green Stantlers.
again, Stan and Ford, or the ancestors of Stan and Ford.
One is attack down, defense up, and that's the first one I caught. And the one I caught just now is a neutral nature.
Nice.
But they're
So
green as
it's like,
hell.
yeah, it's not a calm nature because I will admit calm is kind of my signature.
I can check. Let's see.
Attack down,
First
defense up. I
one.
think that is bold. I'm
Yep,
not.
it's
It's either
bold.
bold or lonely.
It's bold.
And then neutral nature that could be like one of five.
It's a
So
docile.
yeah, like I said, it could be one of five. And that's a no on the Gyarados.
Let's do one more check, and then we'll do a village run and come back.
Yeah, and looking at the time, I should be able to get at least like two more runs in, depending on how chaotic things actually get.
No, I want to go back to village, please. There we go.
Hey, it could be a fun alpha to get my hands on. Do that.
Why did
Because if anything, it would be funny. Why? Because, well, Alpha Zubat, you can't tell that it's Alpha. It's just huge.
Huge.
Just a huge green bat. And at the very least, I would get a green bat, so I wouldn't mind it.
Is the sun setting or rising? It's rising. Okay.
But in all seriousness, though, thank you for taking the time to do this, man.
It's okay.
Just
If you want to, like, this Sunday, not for stream, like, I don't mind if you just want to hang out.
um, we'll we'll see how I'm feeling, cause like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of that week for me is busy to put it to put it mildly. So it's like I might want that day to just not worry about it and just reset so that way I can do
Yeah.
so that way I can be the best that I possibly can be for that.
Yeah. Ma'am, would you like this delicious berry?
I overshot that? I overshot the outbreak? Oh, was it... Is it underground and I just didn't notice?
Got it. How are none of these heavy specimens?
Sorry. Can't really help you there.
I need you to be more chunky.
Okay. Now we're just gonna sneak over to the grass patch. And...
Yes, Game Core, we need more chonk. For Grog Shop, I think I need to defeat it now.
So far, we're not getting anybody breaking out of the ball, which is good. We've got one.
The Alpha Garchomp just went to sleep in front of me.
Oh.
He's like the little dot dot dot.
To do that.
The little dot 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 window just popped up, and then he was like, don't worry about it. I'm just gonna take a nap.
He needed a nap, apparently.
Sir? Sorry to disturb your nap, but I gotta do this.
It's one of those, it's not by choice, I promise.
It's not by choice.
There we go. Oh,
I did
there
nothing.
we go. Well, we got nothing from the bats, unfortunately.
Bean says, Garchomp. Ow, motherfucker.
Basically. Just the, ow. Rude.
Also, a question. With the introduction of, fairy types, I know that, like, dragon types can't affect fairy types, and fairy types are super effective against dragon types, but are dragon types still weak against their own type?
Yeah. The only things that are super effective against dragon are itself, ice, and fairy.
I'm still wondering why they kept the dragon weakness to itself. Because, like, if they gave it
because
the fairy
there was
weakness,
only
like...
one dragon line in the first gen games.
Yeah.
And they didn't introduce another dragon. Well, they introduced Kingdra. But that was the only dragon that they actually introduced. In Gen 2. And then Gen 3, there was an introduction of dragons.
Yeah.
Not very many.
Right, I'm gonna swing by Lucario, and then I'm gonna go back to the village to end stream there.
Alright. Let me wrap up my checks, and then we'll call it a day. We'll call it a day on the Zubat outbreak.
I'm sorry, I'm just watching the Perugly again. I can't not laugh at it.
No,
You just flop.
He flop. Big cat, go flop.
Belly flop.
Yeah, just big cat, go flop.
Sir,
Alright, so
I'm
no
coming
shiny
in.
today, but. Or at least I shouldn't say that until we've spotted the alpha. Alright. Down back here. Yep. No. That's that is very, very blue. So no alpha today, but that's perfectly fine. There are going to be days where just no shiny happens. But still, congrats on your Stantler, man.
Hey. Okay, Lucario defeated.
There we go, all cleaned up. Thank you for that. And then we'll store all the extra stuff that we don't really need. Talk to Mr. Lavington, because that means we'll actually get paid.
You gotta wonder, where is he finding all this money to pay you from?
I assume it's Silene and the whole budgeting thing, but even then, it's like,
Like, with the amount of money you
how
could
is the
get,
Survey Corps paying me?
yeah, like, with the amount of money they have, they could make the village a lot bigger with how much they can pay you.
Well, yeah, considering how much they could pay me, they could improve the village quite a bit.
Yes.
But
Okay.
on that note, we're going to end today's stream. So, ladies and gentlemen, those in between or neither, thank you for tuning in for today. Please make sure to leave a follow and ring that notification bell so you'll be notified the next time I'm live. On the YouTube channel, Dungeon Fairy Media, make sure to like, comment, and sub over there so you don't miss any additional content. If you're feeling particularly generous, I do have a Ko-Fi link in the About section of the Twitch channel. Any money generated through that link will go back towards the channel in some way. Additionally, I have a link to some D&D homebrew that I personally wrote. I don't guarantee perfection, just something interesting for your next tabletop adventure. The next stream, considering early next week's going to be a little bit hectic for me. I'll try to shoot for Thursday. We'll see what happens there.
Yeah.
Coffee, do you have anything for my side of things?
No, I think that's about it. I will quickly do a shout out in my chat for you, though.
Thank you. And it's one of those cases of, on that note, we'll see you all Thursday, or at least stay safe out there, and we'll see you all next time.
And as for my side, if you want to see any of the previous streams, though I'm very far behind on my channel, you can go find my channel on YouTube under the same name, Chaotic Coffee Boy, where you can see the previous streams from here. Or, if you want to just see some gaming content, which is a lot more short form than streams and it's just gaming videos, you can go check out our gaming channel, Agents of Chaos, where I, along with a few friends of mine, record different games, which in about, I'd say about 13 minutes, we're going to be premiering Split Fiction. So if you want to go check that out, the links to both are underneath my stream. But if you're watching this from YouTube later on, you can find the link to my Twitch as well as Agents of Chaos in the description. So I think that's about it. Let's see who can go raid. Who is on my follow list? Some of the names of these titles, man. I'm looking at the Pokemon Legends Arceus section, and someone just says, "On our way to be electrocuted."
I assume they're going after the Lord. Though
I'm assuming
I'm
so.
not entirely sure.
Let's see what this one's like. I haven't seen this person before. Okay, I'm gonna send you guys to this person, Scribes Craft. I've not rated them before, but they seem nice from what I've just seen. So if you wanna give them some love, drop them our little heart emoji if you can. And I will see you all next time on, will be tomorrow, because I'll be streaming with Darkus and Silver over on Sea of Thieves. And if you want to, go over to Aces of Chaos. We'll be doing Split Fiction in 10 minutes. So I'll see you later, guys. Bye!